I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Following the deadly mass shooting at a Buffalo, New York supermarket on Saturday, New York Governor Kathy Hochul has slammed social media companies for allowing hate and white supremacy to spread on their platforms. Hochul, who hails from Buffalo, spoke at least 2 Baptist churches on Sunday. She decried the reported white supremacist beliefs of the alleged mass murderer before taking aim at social media. Hochul called to, quote, silence the voices of hatred and racism and white supremacy all over the internet. She also told George Stephanopoulos on ABC News that, quote, the CEOs of those companies need to be held accountable and assure all of us that they're taking every step humanly possible to be able to monitor this information. Let's listen in to the New York governor.
I want to know what people knew and when they knew it, and calling upon our law enforcement as well as our social media platforms. The CEOs of those companies need to be held accountable and assure all of us that they're taking every step humanly possible to be able to monitoring this information. How these depraved ideas are fermenting on social media. It's spreading like a virus now. The white supremacy manifestos, the white supremacy concept of replacement theory, where they're concerned and now taking to the streets in places like Charlottesville and others, motivated by this idea that immigrants and Jews and blacks are going to replace whites. And that is spreading through social media platforms that need to be monitored and shut down the second these words are espoused out there in these platforms. It has to stop, because otherwise there's no stopping it. This incident here, live streamed, right behind me, the massacre of innocent people, military-style execution, was viewed by other people. This could result in others replicating the same experience.
But how do you...
And I will use every bit of the power I have as your governor to protect you. And this person, and I know our bishop said this word, and it's a word that has lived in my life a long time, because justice is part of who we are. Okay, we deserve justice. And my husband, Bill Hochul, who you know is appointed by Barack Obama as his highest ranked prosecutor in West New York, dedicated 30 years to making sure that justice was served. He protected this community. This is personal to the Hochul family now. You've hurt our family. So yes, Lord, forgive the anger in my heart, but channel that into my passion to continue to fight to protect people, get the guns off the streets, and silence the voices of hatred and racism and white supremacy all over the internet. Thank you, my friend. I'm calling out the social media platforms where this hate can be spewed, and people are learning how to create guns and violence and weapons. And what this dissemination, this virus called white supremacy and nationalism, and this idea of replacement theory. Have you heard of this? Well, if you're watching Fox News, you're familiar with it, because they talk about it all the time. And what that says is part of stirring up this anger in people and putting us against them, is that the immigrants, the Jews, the blacks, are coming after us, the white people in this country, and they're trying to stir us all up. But I'm sorry, there's more of us than you. People who believe that God loves all of us. We are all children of God, and we have a right to live in security and safety. And my God, there are far too many guns on our streets. You can have that hatred and sit in your house and ferment and be an evil person. Okay, stay in your basement. But when you have access to a gun and we're able to go over to Pennsylvania and buy a magazine that has capacity to slaughter countless individuals, as happened here in my beloved hometown, then we have to do more as a nation to stop the spread of these weapons of mass destruction. Because that's what we have on our streets. We're not in a war abroad. This is not Afghanistan. This is not faraway countries. This is not Ukraine where they're defending their lives.
This is the United States of America. We don't need those weapons in our streets and on our hands. So yes, Julian Cook, Reverend Julian Cook, you said this is a moment of call to action. Oh, I am fired up. You can tell. I am fired up. I'm going to mend our broken hearts this day forward. And we will go forth, and don't underestimate the people of Buffalo, because I talk about Buffalo all the time. They're tired of this everywhere else. But I say, you don't know us, because we are as tough as nails. And people have put us down our entire lives. They underestimate us. But we are strong. We are Buffalo strong, and we'll show the world how we take this moment of despair, and with the presence of God, we rise up. And we lead by our example going forth here today.